Have you ever felt lied to or misguided? Like people make promises and then never deliver? Or like the goalpost keeps getting moved further and further away? You're not alone. That's why in 2005, Nickelback's song Rockstar was so popular. There you go, that's a little bit better. Now in this video, we're gonna talk about a few things. I'm gonna share a personal story. We're gonna talk about the reality of being in business. We're gonna talk about stock photography's role in all of this. And then also, how there's no such thing as a self-made millionaire or billionaire. It's a myth, it doesn't exist. Welcome to the channel, my name is Charles Wollertz. Today, we're gonna dive deep and let me start with this story. 20 years ago, wait. Before we start, I hope you don't mind, but it's late. Campfire, you know. Cheers. So about 20 years ago, I moved to the US from Costa Rica, and I found a job in a restaurant and then slowly worked my way up. 4 years later, I have my own restaurant. And yes, of course, I went bankrupt. You see, I knew restaurant business, I knew food, I knew people, I knew all of that stuff. But I knew nothing about salaries, I knew nothing about payroll taxes or taxes. I'd never learned anything about business. Fast forward to 2010 when I started photography, and I never set up a formal business because I didn't have to. Most of it was stock photography, and I had a handful of clients that kept me busy. So I didn't need to set up a business. Now lately, a year or two ago, I set up an LLC for legal protections. Now that I'm on YouTube and doing all this other stuff, I wanted to have a little bit of a backup. And now, I feel like I'm going back to 20 years ago, and this is what nobody tells you. There's a lot of hidden costs with running a business, and that's why the primary objective of any business is to make money, because you gotta, as a minimum, cover those costs. See, the thing is, most people don't realize that YouTube is a business, and it can be a great business, but there's a lot of expenses that come with it. Unlike stock photography. Stock photography, once you have your camera, your computer, or editing software, you're good to go. There's no other ongoing expenses. But YouTube does. See, I have music licenses, a website, email campaigns, AI tools that I use, business license. There's so many other costs that come with YouTube that stock photography never had. If you watch YouTube and you watch it, you know that some of the most popular videos are how to grow as a YouTuber, how to make money quickly, how to make some videos. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of things that people are telling you how easy this is. Now, I did some research, and take it for what it is, because I asked Google, ChatGPT, and a whole bunch of other answer thingies, and I got different percentages, different numbers, but they're within the same range, so they're not that far off. I have them printed out because it's a lot, but listen to this. There's over 100 million active YouTube channels right now in 2025. Only 0.05% have surpassed 1 million subscribers. 0.05%. 0.45, so not even 0.5%. My fire went out. Okay, so not even 0.5%, 0.45%. have more than 100,000 subscribers. Less than 0.5% of all channels out there. Roughly 3% have over 10,000 subscribers. Now, let's look at stock photography with the same analytics, but again, it's impossible for me to find out how many stock photographers there are per agency and break it down that way. So I'm gonna use my numbers. People that have used my referral links to submit to stock agencies, my contributor or whatever it's called. So I get a small commission every time somebody makes a sale, like 2 cents per sale, maybe 4, I don't know. Doesn't matter. The point is that I've recommended 50 people have used my links to start uploading to Shutterstock and a few other agencies. Out of those 50, 90% have 0 photos online. That means that they opened the account, they submitted their first batch for review, they got rejected, never tried again. Then there's 7% that have less than 50 photos. And this has been years. So 7% of people uploaded up to 50 photos or less and then got tired or bored and gave up. Now there's 3%, so, well, it's actually 2 people that have a lot more than 1,000 images that actually stayed with it. And those, I guarantee, are the ones that I get those referrals every month. And it's from those 2 individuals that kept going. Now, if you look at these numbers and you look at my channel that's at almost 19,000 subscribers, my channel is in the top 3% of channels on YouTube. Top 3%. Do you know what that means? Now, if you look at my tax returns, this story is not as good because I didn't know what to expect. I thought that if you were in the top 10%, it was like, you know, wow, you were in the top 10%. I'm in the top 3. And I'm telling you, it is not as easy as the top 0.5% make it seem like it is. Now look, this whole video started because I just did my taxes for 2024. And when I looked at my income from YouTube and everything else, it doesn't go with being in the top 3% of something. You know what I mean? Like, and this is what nobody's telling you now. I don't want to be negative. I know this sounds depressing and sad and whatever, but no, I want to motivate you and I want to take this around and make it into something positive. If you don't know what you're getting into, you're just gonna quit like everybody else has. But if you know that you're doing the right thing for the right reason, and you keep doing that thing for the right reason, then you'll succeed, whatever that means to you. But if you're just doing it for money, this is not the way to get rich quick. I mean, I don't know, maybe I picked the wrong niche, maybe I just don't have the experience, or maybe this is just normal and what everybody goes through when they start something. Think about that. We feel we're alone. We see the 0.5% that are doing fantastic and are sharing their best stories, but is it really? Or does everybody has to go through this process? And if you don't go through it, you won't get there. Now, whatever there is, you know, that's up to you. But is there a getting there? That's another question I have. Now, I do want to say that I am extremely grateful for stock photography because it is the backbone of my channel. Stock photography is what keeps me going. It's what keeps me afloat. It's been my bread and butter for many years. So if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to make these videos every week. That extra income is what helps. So stock photography is still alive in 2025. It's alive and well. I actually made more from Adobe stock last year from pictures I did years ago than I did with YouTube. Now, the other interesting thing here is that because I've been making more and more videos, I've been neglecting stock photography, and I've noticed how my sales have dropped a little bit. And yes, I do travel often for work. A few times a year I have clients around the West Coast and I go and they take care of me as well, so that helps a lot. And recently I also started selling photography booklets and a course and all this stuff. But I didn't set out to do this. That wasn't my goal when I started YouTube. That's something that came out of necessity. Because again, now you have a business, you have an overhead, you need a way to make a little bit extra income to cover those costs. So I'll put a link down below if anybody's interested. The point I'm trying to get here is that do the thing that you love to do, not because of the numbers, but because it is what drives you. It's what you want to do. It's all about the journey. No, I know that's cliche, but it is. Look. If your goal is to sell $10,000 worth of stock photos every month, you get to that point, and then what? If you stop uploading, your income drops. So if you don't like taking photos, then you're not gonna stay at that goal. If my goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and be part of that 0.5%, then what? Do I just quit because I made it there? Or if I want to be at 1 million subscribers and I get there, and then what? I made it, now I can quit? No, that's not the goal. My goal is to continue to create things, videos, photos, whatever I can, and continue to share for as long as I can possibly do that. however that is. I don't know how long it is. I don't have numbers. That's not my goal. My goal is to continue to do stuff like this. Come out and sit by the fire and have a beer with you guys and relax and enjoy a good conversation with the truth, reality. That's what I want to do for a long time. That's literally my goal. That's why I go back to only do this if you enjoy it. If you enjoy taking pictures, then shoot stock, upload stock photos. If you enjoy making videos, shoot stock videos or do a YouTube channel. But don't do any of this for the wrong reasons. There's a quote from Gemma Simmons in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that I really liked, and it said, "The steps you take don't need to be big as long as it take you in the right direction." And that's exactly what this feels like. Let's go back to what I said earlier about there's nobody ever that's a self-made millionaire, self-made billionaire. If you don't watch my videos, my channel doesn't grow. If a businessman makes a product and nobody buys it, it fails. You could be the best stock photographer out there, but if nobody licenses your photos, you failed. Success is a collective thing. It's not an individual. We're all in this together. All right, that really sounded a lot better in my head. Sorry. All right, now let's do a quick reality check for 2024-2025. This video came about because I just paid my taxes in the US. I just filed my taxes. And I realized that 2024 was my lowest income producing year in 22 years. I was making more money as a dishwasher when I was 16 years old. Now, the good thing is that from here on, it can only go up. Both of my channels are growing. Stock photography is alive and well in 2025. Now, there's 4 things I want you to take away from this video. Number 1, success is not immediate, and it's never really what you think it's going to be. Number 2, keep creating because it is what you like to do, what you love to do. Number 3, keep taking small steps in the right direction. Left, right, repeat. And number 4, don't give up. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. Having a beer with the campfire felt good. I haven't done this in a long time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.